What's up, guys? Welcome back. Houseside Broadcasting coming back to you guys again here today with another NR2002 race, Talladega. This is race number 9. Pull up the 2002 standings. Again, like I say every time, I've got our own standings that I'm posting weekly under the community area on the channel. Those are the standings that we're going to keep track of, and that ultimately matter to us. I have to do it that way in order to have playoffs or anything like it is today in racing. Really, since Daytona, there's not been a whole lot of notable entries, but this week there's a lot. It's Talladega. Guys show up to race. Ryan Newman making his first start in the 15 car this season. Cole Custer's in 51. That'd be his teammate. Chandler Smith and Zane Smith, both of them racing for Front Row and Colleague part-time, looking for rides full-time next season. They are. Keep an eye on that. I did post updated rides, which we'll talk about throughout the race today with other drivers. The 50, Connor Daly, he's in. Jimmy Johnson's racing again. McLeod, Travis Pastrana, Austin Hill are back. It's a lot of notable entries. Most of these weeks, we've had just kind of 36 cars, the charter cars, and then 37, 38 cars, depending on, if Chandler Smith or Zane Smith, if they run. Those have really been the only notable entries, but a lot of notable entries here for Daytona. Pastrana, 21st qualifier. Austin Hill, 23rd. Johnson, 26th. Smith, 27th. The back of the pack, some of these guys, but Daly's 38th. 34th is Zane Smith. All right, notable entries. So Kyle Larson, yet another pole. He's been racking up poles like crazy this season.
Drivers to their cars.
All right, here we go. Green flag at Talladega. Kyle Larson, Joey Logano going to lead you to green. Every time Logano's in the front of the field, he gets wrecked. And the second I say that, he gets wrecked. We'll see what happens. Kyle Larson, William Byron, teammates at the front of the field. Truex, Logano, and they are dicing for position further back in the pack. Definitely got to go to spectator mode, and then we got to go to like 10th place here in order to try and see as many cars as possible. I thought 34 of McDowell was going to wipe out Harvick right there. Did not happen. That's a great shot of the whole field right there. Blaney to the middle. They are racing hard up in the front of this pack. Really all over, but we do have like a 15-car breakaway. Maybe a little less than that. William Byron, Kyle Larson leads currently. Kyle Larson, the Daytona 500 winner, trying to win both super speedway races this season. Running second behind his teammate right now. Also in a tight battle with Denny Hamlin for the point lead. William Byron, not been a hot start to the season for him. He runs well, has not got the finish as he wanted. Larson's still the only guy with multiple wins this season. Not sure, being at Talladega, if that's going to change. Clean so far, the whole field. Keselowski in with a win already this season. Nine Elliott, top 5 in points, running about 14th. Right behind his teammate Bowman. Their other two teammates out front right now. Then you got Reddick. Runs well, but you talk about bad finishes. This is the 9th race into the season, and he's outside the top 20 in points still. Runs well, just has not gotten the finishes whatsoever that team has deserved. Michael McDowell trying to fight for a playoff spot. Bubba Wallace is in with a win already this season. He won the second race of the season. There's Harvick. Gibbs has been very fast to start this season. And then you start some of the guys that are not running full-time. And right here at the end of this pack is Travis Pastrana, only making his second start this season in that 67 car, 2311 car. And then Austin Hill has not seen the track since Daytona either. So both of them running around the top 20. So we continue to go through this field. Justin Haley and then his teammate Chandler Smith running part-time, looking for a full-time ride for next season. There's Priest. Stenhouse has been off to a good start this season, but a couple bad races now has him on the cut line. Stenhouse looking to continue a good season. Jones, been a pretty good season for Eric Jones. Austin Dillon's not been a good season for him. Todd Gillen, it's been relatively good. He's around 20th in points. Not running well right now. We'll see where he can finish. Zane Smith looking for a ride for next year. Chase Briscoe, arguably the worst Cup driver this season. Probably is. He's DNF'd the first 5 of 7 races. I guess now it's 5 of 8. Outside the top 30 in points. I think he's the last regular season driver behind his teammate Almirola. It's been horrible for that SHR camp. We're looking to see if Briscoe can't turn it around, running 32nd though. There's Connor Daly. Noah Gragson, who now we're going to start talking about some rides for next season. As we know, things are starting to get a little heated up. Noah Gragson, it has been announced that John Hunter Nemechek will be taking over that 42 car for next season. Gragson does not have a ride currently. Rookie, this is his first season, running 34th right now. It's been a pretty good year for him as he's, about 20-something in points, but it's like the low 20s. So it's been a pretty good year. He's right around his teammate Eric Jones. It's been a decent season for the Legacy Motor Club camp, but Noah Gragson out of a ride. We'll see if he can't land anywhere. A lot of rides open. A lot of rides have not been determined yet because a lot of guys are on one-year deals right now. John Hunter Nemechek was signed to a 2-year deal, I believe. Newman making his first start. Ty Dillon looking for a ride as that 77 car could be back in the car next year. We're not sure. It has not been announced who's driving that car yet. Ty Dillon is not under contract for next year. We're going to start talking a lot about contracts from here to the end of the season as stuff is starting to heat up. Harrison Burton, kind of same boat. 1-year deal, not been announced if he'll be back or not. There's a 7 of Corey LaJoy. It's been a pretty good start to the year for that team. And then Jimmy Johnson running 40th right now. Didn't qualify well, but... Or never, he did qualify well. He was like mid-20s. Obviously, Legacy Motor Club car, part owner of that team. Jimmy Johnson only making his 2nd or 3rd start of the year. I think it's his 2nd. I don't think he's seen the track since Daytona. Passed a bunch of cars there down the backstretch, though. It looks like BJ McLeod, Cole Custer are going to round out the field. They have lost the draft. We'll see if they can't catch up one way or another. But yeah, that is it. Rick Ware Racing has also announced they want to have 2 full-time drivers for next season. They don't want to do the part-time business anymore. We'll see if they can at least get 1 full-time driver in the car. They said they do have one locked in, and that's where they're talking about Justin Haley in one of their cars for next year, and that leads us into another one. Daniel Hemrick is on a 1-year deal to drive the 31 car for Colleague next year. There's Haley running 21st. It's been about a mid-season for Haley so far. Nothing great, nothing horrible. Running mid as well, 21st. We'll see what Justin Haley can't do this year. But Justin Haley out of a ride. It's been announced that Daniel Hemrick will drive that 31 car next year. Haley right behind his teammate Allmendinger. Not sure if Allmendinger's going to be back next season or not either. But we'll see. Justin Haley rumored to drive a Rick Ware Racing car. We'll see if that comes to tuition or not. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. has re-signed with the 47 car. That is something to note. The first re-signing of a driver. He's run well in that car. I'm not surprised. And then the last contract we have to talk about is... Let me find it. Yes, I remember. Kevin Harvick, this is his last season. He is retiring. Josh Berry, it's been announced, signed a 3-year deal to drive the 4 car. So Stuart Haas, their only driver currently in the playoffs, their only driver currently in the top 20 in points. Kevin Harvick. Depending on where Priest is, he's probably around 25th. Harvick could be the only driver in the top 25 in points. That's not good for Stuart Haas, but Josh Berry will drive that car next season. Harvick's going to hang it up, retiring. It's been a great season so far for Harvick. He's been consistent like always. Let's try and go to the front of the field again. William Byron leads, and they are racing up front. Reddick has raced his way all the way to 4th. Remember when we last saw him, he was around 10th. Byron still leads. Larson's been shuffled back a little bit with 3 wide for 2nd. Bell, Reddick, and Hamlin. And then you got Blaney, Larson, Truex, Logano. 11 laps into this 38-lap race. These boys are trying to race up front. I said it before, there's been not a lot of new names, or not a lot of repeat winners. I don't know where I got that from. Only one repeat winner, and Kyle Larson, he's won twice. Everyone else has won once, or not at all. Christopher Bell, one-time winner. Larson, two-time winner, like I said. Truex, Hamlin, Keselowski, Wallace, all one-time winners. But guys up in the front here, Reddick, Byron, and Blaney do not have wins. And they are 1, 2, almost 3. 1, 2, 4. As Blaney's running that outside, and Tyler Reddick, aggressive as he is, to the lead. Raced his way all the way to the front. Christopher Bell has had a crazy last 3 weeks. Leading at Texas, pitting, coming to the white flag, handing the win to Brad Keselowski, winning the following week in Redemption to win Martinsville. Here he is battling for the lead at Talladega. And right by Reddick he goes. Here comes Larson on the inside. Truex to follow. Truex was making a lot of noise the first 3 or 4 races of the season. He's fallen off quite a bit. I don't even think he's really been DNFing a whole lot. He's just not been doing what he's doing right now, and that's racing out up front, for the win, for good finishes. He's dropped a little bit in the points. He's still right around 7th. He might even be a little better than that. But yeah, Martin Truex Jr. has been a quiet couple of weeks. He made a lot of noise at Texas. I think it was Texas when he wiped out Joey Logano racing for 3rd. Took a bunch of cars out in that one. BJ McLeod went for quite the flip. So did Austin Dillon in that wreck. I believe that was the first wreck this season where multiple cars flipped in the same wreck. And I could make a highlight reel with as many flips as we have seen this season. That's for sure. McDowell flipped the first 2 races of the season. So that car's been in the air quite a bit. Byron lost, well, all those spots right there. Kyle Busch, Ross Chastain just hanging back there trying to get the draft. Not quite got it, but they are racing up here. As Keselowski and Buescher has joined the fun. Both RFK cars. Buescher has run mid. Keselowski started off the year slow, getting a win. He's up to like 15th, 14th, 13th, somewhere around there in points. Running well again today. It is a decent start to the season for RFK. They're looking to get both their cars into the playoffs. They already got one in the 6 car. Blaney, big run. Thought for a second he was going to pit there. I'm like, whoa. He's going to get by both Gibbs cars. Byron and Busch has now caught this pack. Ross Chastain looks like he's lost it. And leading the second group of cars back here, looks like Harvick is leading it in 13th. Chase Elliott, and then you got Ty Gibbs, Bowman. They're a little more broken up back here. It's been a great start to the year. Just consistency for Gibbs, getting good finishes. Bubba Wallace getting his first win. Great for that team. There is Suarez. There's Pastrana, Smith, a couple guys that are not running full time. Back to the front. They are still racing up here, and Buescher to the lead. Tells you how much they're racing. He was just like 10th. Buescher, Logano, Keselowski. The Fords have arrived. 1, 2, 3, and then 2 Toyotas, and then another Ford and Blaney, and then you got a couple Chevys. Larson and Byron are the only Chevys in this group. And Busch. Kyle Busch has joined this group. Rest of them, Toyotas and Fords. What do you got? 4 Fords? You got probably 4 or 5 Toyotas. Reddick, Bell, Truex, Hamlin. 4 Fords, 4 Toyotas, 2 Chevys. Or 3 Chevys. Oh, Larson, big move. I thought for sure he was going to door slam the 19 of Truex. I thought they were wrecking. but they hang on to it. That is one thing that has really helped Kyle Larson and Denny Hamlin. Them two have been battling for the points, switching it back and forth all season. Kyle Larson and Denny Hamlin, neither of them have DNFs. Everybody else has DNFs except for like Suarez, but that's part of the reason Suarez is top 10 in points, no DNFs. But for Hamlin and Larson, they have a pretty good points gap over third. And then from third, it's pretty tight on from like third down. But in all honesty, that's why. Kyle Larson, Denny Hamlin, they finish top 5 every week. They have 2 wins and 1 win apiece. And they just haven't DNF'd. They just haven't finished 30th, 25th, 35th. DNF'd out of the race, not leading laps. Like they're up front. They're doing the opposite. They're leading laps. They're winning races. They're getting top 5 finishes. And that's the whole reason they've got such a big point lead. The second, the 5, and the 11 get even 1 DNF each, it's going to be quite the fight for the regular season championship again. Because then you can just welcome in about 15 guys into that party battling for the regular season championship because it's just so tight. But Larson and Hamlin have been consistent. They've been quick, and they've just not wrecked. But the aggression out of Kyle Larson shows he's willing to get a third win here at Talladega. Not the way you expect Larson to win. You expect him to dominate the other races, but Kyle Larson very fast. He won Daytona, looking to win Talladega. And I forget what the other one was that Kyle Larson won, but the only driver with 2 wins and trying to get 3. We'll see if that doesn't happen, but the racing at Talladega has definitely been phenomenal so far, as the RFK cars, well, Buescher looks like he's been passed and thrown further back in the pack. Yeah, he's tail end of this pack, but his teammate Keselowski going for a second win, riding second right now in front of Logano and behind Reddick. Logano was like top 5, and then he fell to top 10, and then he had a couple DNFs. Been a rough couple of weeks. Logano trying to rebound and try and, heck, maybe win his way into the playoffs. Another top guy, Reddick and Logano, that has not won races this season. Keselowski has something to say, and here comes Bell and Larson back into this battle. And they're bringing Kyle Busch, who's also winless, in here with them. And then Truex, who's been quiet but does have a win. Coming to lap 20. They should be having pit stops not too long from now. Knock on wood, not been a caution yet. That's been the kind of the theme of the last couple of weeks. The last race at Texas was pretty good. I can't lie. Bristol was quite the wreck fest. I don't know why the AI don't do very good at the Bristol. Like, they just kept wrecking each other. I don't think we got more than a couple lap run-in. Not fun. But Martinsville, I think that was the last one. Sorry, not Texas. Martinsville. That was a good race. Only 1 caution in the beginning, and the rest of the race was fun to watch. It was entertaining, good racing, lap cars. It was quite the scene, and it was just a good race. And it was not a wreck fest. I'm not sure if Bristol's in the playoffs or not. I still have to look, but we'll see. I hope it's not, but I kind of think it is. But we'll see. Keselowski falling back a little bit. As you can see the running order, it looks like Travis Pastrana and Chandler Smith has raced their way up to 13th and 14th, ahead of Elliott, Allmendinger, Gibbs, Priest, Suarez, and Bowman, and Bubba, and Harvick. Some big names there. Then you got McDowell, and then Austin Hill. So, looks like you guys can see quite the gap here. But you can tell those guys are fast because they've raced their way from back here up to here. But the gap here, you can tell, right here's a pack. Probably Ross to Cindric, it's 2 seconds. So they're probably a spread out pack, but still together. 2 seconds, almost exact. And then you got 12 seconds. So Jones is by himself, and then you got another pack of Austin Dillon, Todd Gilliland, Zane Smith, their teammates, and then Stenhouse. And then another pretty good gap that you have a bunch of these guys. So it looks like Daly, Johnson, Gregson, LaJoy, Burton, Almirola, Ty Dillon, Briscoe have fallen off. And then you got the other 3 cars with BJ McLeod, Cole Custer, and Newman. And at the rate they're going, they could lose a lap. That is definitely a realistic thing for them. Those 3 could definitely lose a lap. And we got pitting, and Logano and Bell are kind of in the grass. Everybody coming down pit road here. And pit road has been quite the sight to see. We've got cars spinning. Bowman's got damage. Austin Hill. It's been quite the thing getting onto pit road this season, at least at super speedways. Also, Alex Bowman got into the back of somebody. I don't know if... I hope that didn't bring the caution out. Just a little bit of contact. No, pace car is sitting there, so we are still on the green. And here comes the rest of the pack. This looks like everybody chose to come down pit road this time. Bowman, it's been a rough start to the season for him. And there goes his hood. Has to fix the damage. And that's going to slow the car down quite a bit. Definitely lost some time, I can only imagine. They ripped the hood right off that car and said, get out there, get a good finish. Rough start to the season for the 48 of Bowman, as he's like around 20th in points. Reddick must have had an issue, battling for the lead, and he's getting passed a lot here. I'm very curious to see what happens. Logano, Blaney out front, some Penske cars. Brought Bell with them and left everyone else behind. Bell, the only guy, or the only winner of these three cars here. So now we're going to see a pack, and we're going to see if they can run these guys down. We saw it at Daytona, or we were going to see it at Daytona, if the second pack was going to run them down before the caution came out, kind of late. Blaney looking for the pass on Logano. So 2 cars, 1 car, and then a bunch of cars. 8 seconds back, 7 seconds back, though. And look who leads it, Pastrana. So, yeah, some issues. Reddick lost a lot of spots all the way down to 22nd. He needs a good day. Somehow he needs a good day. Even if he can't win, needs points. Just points. Get points. Put your way into the playoffs. Come on. Like, not good for Reddick, but we'll see if he can't rebound at least somewhat. We know that car is good. Keselowski down in 16th. What happened to these guys? What happened to his front pack? Yeah, these three, then Smith. They have Byron Larson, Haley Suarez, Truex, Keselowski. Ross is only down 24, so yeah, that lead pack definitely got split up a lot. Yikes. Racing up front, though, Bell, Blaney, Logano, and Kyle Busch has caught them. He wasn't that far back, but he did catch them. The racing allowed him to get there. And Denny Hamlin and Chris Buescher knocked that ground down 3.9 and 4 seconds back, and then you got Chandler Smith all by himself 5.1, and then you got a big group of cars. We have to watch that. 7.5 seconds is the leader of that pack, all the way down to 8.9. So we will see. Does Byron gain? They're racing up front. He should. Barely changed. Got 13 to go. It barely changed. Oh, no. Yeah, no, never mind. I looked at the wrong thing. Barely changed. Hamlin and Buescher lost the 10th. So these guys are faster than Hamlin and Buescher, but that big pack. Byron, Larson, Haley, Truex, Gibbs, Keselowski, Suarez, Elliott, Cindric, Harvick. They've got to run down these top 4. Well, they're not going to be able to have a chance to win unless we get a caution. Obviously, that changes everything, but from a racing perspective, 7.5 back. They're not racing as much now, but there's still more cars. I would assume they'd be a little quicker. They come to the line this time, 7.5, 7.9, and now Larson leads that group. And you clearly see they caught Chandler Smith. So they're only losing time. Let's go back to this group. See what's going on back here. They are in line. All of them. Larson, Smith, Byron, Truex, Gibbs, Elliott, and then a few more cars. So they should be really moving. They really should be. So we'll have to watch their lap times. They should be moving pretty good. See, that's kind of why, I guess, they're not catching them because of that exactly. They got to stay in line. But yeah, they're racing a lot, 3 wide. I guess they want to race for 7th more than they want to try and get the win. Larson's probably saying, come on, let's go. 11 to go. They're getting a good line down the back stretch. They just screw it all up down the front stretch. Remember, it was 7.9, Now it's 8 seconds. Larson, don't let Byron there. Yeah, down the front stretch, they're just like racing really hard. Buescher and Hamlin, just those two are staying even. 5.1, 5.2 is where it's been staying. They gained a couple tenths that time, 4.7, 4.8. And this group gained until Byron passes Larson and Gibbs is under Elliott and all that goes on. They're probably going to lose all that time back, but they gained 4 tenths that lap. They could be racing up front. Bell, Logano, Blaney, Kyle Busch. Need to just stay in a line for, it's 10 to go, stay in a line for at least 7 laps, then race it the heck out. But, a win for these guys can mean so much, all 4 of which I believe are in the playoffs right now. If not, they're close or will be after this race, but they're definitely going to lose time this lap. I suspect that the leaders were probably racing because Hamlin and Buescher caught them a lot too. Now they gained another 5 tenths. 4.2 now, Hamlin and Buescher. And this group gained a few more tenths. They gained 3 tenths. 7.3 now. I don't think this group's going to get there, but Hamlin and Buescher could. I mean, they took off a half a second that lap. There's 9 to go. As much as this group is racing, they are railing them down a few tenths a lap. You can see Buescher and Hamlin up ahead, and they are linked. They're like, let's go to the front. But again, another example. Hamlin 5th, Larson 8th. This is why they have such a big point lead. Nobody's going to gain on them if they're finishing top 5, top 10 every week. So they only gained a tenth that time another half a second. 3.7 and 3.8, and this group gained a whole 7 tenths, or about 6.6. Now Byron is. They could, the way they're catching now, they could. As you can tell, they're racing up front. They're probably 3 wide at the front of the field. I mean, look how close the first 3, all 4 of them are. They're all 4 within a tenth. 3 of them within 600ths. So they're racing up front. This is the opportunity. Hamlin and Buescher very realistically could get there. And this group, only 6.6 back. They're just gaining so much time down this back straightaway, I can only assume. All right, this time. 3 seconds. They're going to get there. Hamlin and Buescher just took another 7 tenths out of the gap, and this group took another 4 tenths out of the gap. 6.2. We've got a race on our hands now. See, we got something to watch for now. Will lap traffic be a factor? Yeah, that could have been it too. McLeod, Newman, and Custer all fell a lap down. Gregson's got to be close. I don't know if they're going to get to anybody else. Probably not. And it looks like this group ahead actually caught some of those lap cars, and that's probably going to slow them down. 3 seconds back. 3 seconds back, and they've gained about 2.5 seconds the last couple laps. I don't think this group's going to get there. Hamlin and Buescher realistically could. They got to gain a little more here. They lost a second, 4 seconds, because of the lap traffic, and this group lost time as well. Lap traffic killed them, and a whole second lost when they had to gain. Still 6 to go. They could realistically get there. Not sure if I think it's going to happen. Let's go to the battle for the lead, though. Christopher Bell, we can watch what happens up here. Bell, Logano, we got Busch under the apron there. And Blaney, and they just lapped Noah Gragson. Not sure how much difficulty that caused them. But 4 seconds back, Buescher and Hamlin. They lost a whole second the last lap. And this time they lost another 5 tenths. 4.5 back. So yeah, the race for the win with 5 to go. Probably going to be between these 4. Christopher Bell, Joey Logano, Ryan Blaney, Kyle Busch. And if a caution comes out probably in the next 2 laps, that could end it. Hopefully we won't get a caution at this point. It's been a good, clean, very good, clean race so far. See, this is the kind of race where I figured, all right, the points are going to get jumbled up here. You're going to have wrecks, DNFs, you're going to have slow guys racing for the lead, but no. Talladega seems to be like the normalcy race. Bristol was mayhem. You had BJ McLeod finishing top 15. And then here it's like normalcy. It's weird. Guys are running where they should be. It's like, what the heck? But Reddick trying to rebound. I don't know what happened to him, but he's up to 18th. And I don't... Well, I guess realistically he could get a lot of spots. Looks like that they're all a pack there. From 7th of Gibbs, realistically, to 23rd of Allmendinger. I mean, they're 3.6 seconds apart, but that's 15 plus cars right there, so I'm not sure. See what Reddick can't do. Try and rebound. He needs points for sure. 3 to go. Logano out front. Christopher Bell second. Ryan Blaney third. Kyle Busch fourth. Bell looking to the inside, and I believe this second group is not going to get there. It is a race between these four, coming to 2 to go. Blaney looking to the outside. Has a good run. Going to lose a spot to Bell, possibly to Kyle Busch as well. And down the straightaway, Bell underneath Logano. Busch underneath Bell. Busch is not going to get there. Bell is going to... Logano slammed the door. Coming to 2 to go. Christopher Bell, one-time winner this season. Could be a two-time winner this season if he didn't come into the white flag. Bell could be on a hot streak. But Christopher Bell, one-time winner, looking to get his second win of the season while the other three are looking for their first. It's been crazy how we've had a different winner every week except 1 week. And there's a 75% chance between these four guys we're going to see another new winner unless Bell can get the win. Kyle Busch now on the outside, going to get passed by Blaney. Bell looking underneath Logano. Blaney right there as well. Looking to the middle. And Bell just can't get underneath Logano. Coming to the white flag, and I don't know if he's going to get to Logano. Logano is fast out front. 3 wide for second. Busch now back to fourth. Blaney to the outside. Bell going to hang on to second. Blaney roaring on the outside. Not going to get there. Bell is clear of Blaney. Busch is now underneath Blaney. Christopher Bell going to have to get a run on Logano. No lap traffic in front. Logano out front. Christopher Bell. What's he going to do? As they are leaving Blaney and Busch, who are side by side behind him. Half a lap, less than half a lap to go. Bell is on Logano. Logano's good at this style of racing. So is Blaney. Christopher Bell looking underneath Logano. Going to have one last chance effort. Logano going to shut the door and come into the checkered flag. Bell looking underneath. Not going to get there. Joey Logano, welcome to the playoffs. And he has won his first race of the season. Another new winner this season. And when you look at the board and you look at guys who haven't won yet, Ryan Blaney, Kyle Busch, Tyler Reddick, William Byron, Chase Elliott, Kevin Harvick. A lot of big name drivers that haven't won. Ross Chastain is a winner, so I can't say that. Wow, a lot of guys. But Logano was definitely on that list of guys that haven't won that probably should be in victory lane. He has ended that. He doesn't have to worry about all the DNFs. Joey Logano is in the playoffs with the win. Look how close that point battle is. In 2002, for the point lead. We'll see what it looks like with our standings. But right there, you have it. All right, let's go look at the top races here. So 36, 35, 34, 33, 32, 31, 30, 29, 28, 27, 26. All right. So this will be the regular season finale at Richmond. I actually haven't looked at this yet myself. I want to see. So the first round of the playoffs, starting at New Hampshire, Dover, and Kansas. So realistic, pretty good group, pretty good round one. Round two, Dega, which seems to be normal after all. Charlotte, and then the cutoff Martinsville. And then to get into the championship 4, it's Atlanta. Thank God, it's a great racing track. Rockingham, another pretty good one. That's where Bubba won. And then Phoenix, which we haven't been. Oh, and then the championship race is Homestead. Can't forget that. So yeah, California will be next. That's Auto Club. Appreciate you guys for watching, and until next time, peace out.